Hi, this is Chanel. Hope you're doing well. It's 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm right now. I went to sleep early and now I'm just kind of wide awake. So I'm gonna go ahead and record this video. But this video is gonna be about people who watch. Okay, so watchers. And specifically, I am going to talk about the who, what, when, why, and where. Where it pertains to people who watch. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about who. Okay, when people, you have to excuse the way I'm looking right now. Obviously, we all have eyes. We have eyes for a reason. We have eyes so we can see. We should pay attention. Talk about paying attention and just about all of my videos and the importance of paying attention. However, there is a difference between paying attention and obsessively watching someone. Okay? So, first off is who. Okay, so when it comes to people who obsessively watch a person, the first question I would ask is, who's watching? So, if you know that someone is watching you, let's say someone is being very direct. I'll say this. So a few years ago I was I was seeing someone, and I found out, they weren't being honest about some things. Okay, and so I told them that I wanted to put a tracking, and it's called 360. So there's a tracking app. I wanted to share a tracking app. Okay. Now I didn't sneak and do it. I told them directly that this is what I wanted to do. So I didn't sneak and do it, and put it on, and they were I didn't want them to be unaware. Okay, I wanted to have a discussion about it, and put that on the table, and I wanted us both to agree to the tracking app. Okay, so if a person is being very direct, and before they, if there's something that they, that they want to see, if there's information that they want to get, and they're being direct about it, and they're not trying to hide it, okay, that's one thing. However, there are people who want information, however, they get it in a very underhanded manner, okay? They don't tell the other person or the group or whoever it is what their plans are ahead of time. While if they're watching, they don't tell you that they're watching. They do it in a very sneaky manner. And obviously with in today's world, the way technology is very easy for people, especially with that mindset. People who are sneaky. It's very easy for people to be very sneaky. Okay, be it through technology, be it through just other manners of maybe just using third parties, or just so many ways that people there are a lot of ways that people go around being direct. Okay, People are the opposite of direct. A lot of people are very sneaky. Okay, so again, who's watching? Do you know who it is? Did they come to you and ask you or tell you that they wanted to watch you for a specific purpose? Okay. Now, so anyway, so again, who is it? Do you know who it is? Are you a person who, no, and I'll also say this, obviously with social media, or, people who are in maybe the entertainment industry, or, depending on who you are and what you're doing, some people are, some people have a public presence, and they don't attempt to, they're just out, they're visible, purposefully. Okay. But even in that, obviously, these people know that they're being watched by viewers, okay, on specific platforms. However, like I said, what I'm referring to is people who are interested in gaining or obtaining information in a sneaky manner. Okay. So again, who? Okay. So who's watching? What? So what are they watching? If people are watching you, what are they looking at? What are they looking for? And again, I'm talking about, the main things that I'm focusing on right now are the reason for this video. I'll put it that way. The reason for this video is to help you be aware of understanding. Okay, the way a person thinks, how a person thinks is very important. Okay. And the lack of being direct. Okay, the act of being indirect, the act of being sneaky. And again, just understanding the reasons behind why people do what they do, especially when it pertains to you, or you and yours. You need to know, you need to understand. Okay. So again, what are they watching? Are they watching, or are they trying to obtain information that has nothing to do with them? Okay, so again, what are they watching? If people are watching you, what specifically are they watching? Okay, what are they looking at? When are they watching? Okay, are they being very direct about their presence? Or again, are they being sneaky? Okay, do they wait until you leave to if it's something where someone is in your vicinity, are they waiting until you leave to watch? Or when are they watching? Okay, because are they being direct, or are they indirect? Do you know that they're watching? Okay. Why are they watching? Okay, it's just important to understand that. And the where. Okay, where are they watching from? Again, are they being direct? I'm big on direct and indirect communication, and things of that nature. And so again, You know, when are they watching? And again, are they being sneaky about it? And how? And I think I already said that, but how are they watching? Are they watching? I'm not going to go through all of that. I think you've got the point. Okay, so the who, what, when, why, and where of people who watch, okay, the watchers, is important to understand, okay? And if it's you that watches people, or if you watch others, and there's a motive, there's a bad motive, well, I'm not gonna take it there, but I'll say that as just as a person in general, it's very important to understand people. Okay, it's important to understand why they do what they do. It's important to understand who people are, and asking. And I'm also going to say this as a person who is direct. When I notice things, I don't ask right then. I'll say, okay, because sometimes there can be different reasons for different things, okay? So once I notice a pattern, I'll put it that way. Once I notice a pattern, or once I notice that something has happened maybe twice or 2 or 3 times, my communication with that person will be direct. Okay, I noticed this, and this aligns with you, or seems to align with you. Can you, do you know anything about this? Okay, and I have been wrong sometimes, and I'll also say this. Sometimes, when you notice things, sometimes you can be wrong. We're not always right, but oftentimes, more often than not, I believe that the things that I notice, especially when it trails back to a specific person or a specific group, I'm often right. Now, when you are direct with a sneaky person, sneaky people lie, okay? So you're not going to get the truth. 9 times out of 10, if you are being direct with a sneaky person, you will not get the truth, okay? So again, it's just very important to understand who you're dealing with. When you know that people are being indirect, when it pertains to watching you, excuse me, you really wanna understand the who, what, when, where, and why. Okay. And again, sneaky people are dangerous. Okay, I don't. They're not to be trusted. I'll put it that way. I don't trust sneaky people at all. And they can't. They just can't be. They can't be trusted. Okay, so the best thing you can do is pay attention and, to the best of your ability, know your who, what, when, why, and where as best you can. And if nothing else, understand who you're dealing with. Okay? I don't believe in making assumptions. I believe in being very direct. I don't believe in, like I said, just noticing something and just automatically assuming the worst. However, once you notice a pattern, take note of those patterns. Ask questions directly to whoever it is you're noticing patterns from. And again, ask those who, what, when, why, and where questions and see how direct they are. Not only do you need to ask the questions, but like I said, watch patterns. Pay attention to what they do, and overall, you if you have common sense, you should know how direct people are. Okay, how direct or indirect people are, or how honest people are. And I think a lot of times in society, people mistake certain personality traits for either being good or bad. You understand? And that could not be a lot of the assumptions when it comes to that. Oh, this type of person is this, and that type of person is that. Or, I think a lot of people are very performative. All right? A lot of people are very performative. And people often mistake performative people, individuals, as, one way or another. Okay. And that's an inaccurate way of understanding people. Okay, just thinking that surface level, performative acts make a person who they are, when a lot of times, like I said, surface level and performative acts are just that. They are performative. Okay, and it's only what you see. There's layers to all of us. Okay. But anyway, like I said, understand your who, what, when, why, and where, to the best of your ability. When you notice that people watch you in an unhealthy manner, in a sneaky manner. Okay, again, understand your who, what, when, why, and where, because that'll help you stay on top of your game. We can't control the acts of others, but the best thing you can do is understand a person's mind. That's the best thing you can do, is understand a person's mind, and that will definitely just help you. Okay, so I hope this video was informative and helpful. I'm gonna try to go back to sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's about 2:30 now. So but anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you have a wonderful day. Feel free to comment and like, and again, thank you for watching. Bye.